Chapter 6, Pac. Biggie took over East Coast hip hop, and Sean was the brilliant mind that orchestrated it. He hired people to teach Chris how to flow and write his lyrics. He hired the best producers to do the beats, although he took credit for them. And the music was unstoppable. At this point, Sean was sleeping with all the power players. And everyone that wanted to do music wanted to be a bad boy. She said he was sleeping with all the power players. Wow. Sean wheeled and dealed in a way that would have been unthinkable to many. He slept with the guys that really controlled the music to stay on top, and a lot of the names average people have never heard of. These are the guys that make the decisions on who is winning and who is not. He hosted parties that were just a fancy name for orgies, and everyone wanted in. When I met Tupac, Sean and I had an open relationship, and yes, I slept with Pac-ish. He was sexy. Sean didn't mind, well, not until he tried to get Pac to join both of us. Pac was not good with that. This is where the relationship between them became strained. Tupac wasn't going to accept Sean's advances. Pac wasn't gay, and he was pissed about the advances. We were all in Sean's house. I was drinking, they were smoking, and everyone was just relaxing. Sean came in on what I am sure he would call a smooth approach. My baby is bad, isn't she? Pac threw me a sly smile. Hell yeah. I felt myself blush. Sean was now in full swing. You think you hit it better than me? I couldn't believe he disrespected me that way. I was not playing with my response. Sean, what the F? Pac came to my defense. Damn, bro, you ain't got to do the sister that way. Tupac appeared upset behind Sean's words, but Sean went in for the kill regardless. I think my dick's bigger than yours. I bet I could make her come faster than you. What's up? Pac was appalled. What the F are you talking about, nigga? I ain't trying to run no effing train, Sean continued. What you scared of? Let's see who F's better. Let her be the judge. Yes, at this point, we have been inviting others into our bed for a while, but I'm not used to and will not stand for disrespect. I wasn't the only one upset. Pac shouted, nigga, you talking about pulling your effing dick out? Sean was undaunted. What, you scared? Tupac simply left. Things were contentious since then. The two could not be in the same room. Pac avoided me as much as he did Sean. When they did bump into each other, the tension was palpable. It felt like blows could be thrown at any moment. Months passed with only the tension between them. It was uncomfortable, but nothing life or death. Then one day while we were in the studio, it happened. I walked into Sean's office and he was having the conversation. Sean sat across from Jimmy Henchman. Pac don't leave that effing studio alive. I don't think I was supposed to hear it. I continued as if I didn't. Hey Sean, good morning. Jimmy, they didn't seem to think I heard anything. I'm ordering breakfast. Smiling, Sean replied. First, let me get eggs sunny side up with grits and orange juice. I could see he was hung over. Good. I don't want him knowing I know anything. If he just put a hit on Pac, knowing something could be dangerous. Jimmy, apparently not hungry, said, nothing for me. As he stood to exit the room, he said, Sean, let's make that happen. Then nodded to me and said, Kim, always a pleasure. With a wink to me and a nod to Sean, he turned and walked out. Jimmy was a part of our intimate circle. I went on as if nothing was happening. I'll make the call now. I smiled as I left, hoping I wasn't white as a sheet. I wasn't in the studio that night. Pac arrived, being shot, thank God. From what I understood, Sean and Chris saw Pac at the studio after he'd been shot and did nothing. The way God works, after being shot, Pac made it to the elevator and tried to escape, but it stopped at the floor Sean and Chris were on. When the doors opened, they saw him lying on the elevator floor, riddled with bullets. The fact that they didn't call an ambulance, although they saw Pac lying there swimming in a pool of his own blood, would be all the evidence Pac ever needed. He, of course, assumed they placed the hit, and Tupac is a soldier. This is not something that will be unanswered. Pac didn't do well. He lost the testicle, but he survived. It was orchestrated, and Sean Puffy Combs was the orchestrator.
Welcome back to the channel, Hot Topic TV. Yeah, Kim Porter reaction. Kim Porter reaction, chapter 6. It's a lot to unpack on this chapter. This is where she get in a little bit into Tupac. Um, she was also saying at the end of chapter 5 that Diddy was sleeping with all of the powerhouses, behind the scenes people in the industry to stay in power. That's male and female. Um, she was saying that in chapter 6, she was saying that Tupac had came over, and Diddy started to be Diddy, talking about uh, let's run a train on my girl. Basically is what he was saying, and he was trying to say that his meat was bigger than Pac's, and Pac was getting upset and like, yo, this is like he was feeling uncomfortable, like, yo, I ain't even, what I mean, trying to partake in none of these rainbow festivities. You feel me? Um, um, Diddy was, Pac, you must be scared. My dick's bigger than yours. It's, this was the energy or whatever. But from Kim's perspective, she said that was the first time she seen that Diddy and Pac had an issue. So from that point on, every time that they bumped into each other, from her point of view, it seemed like a lot of tension. Then she details, this is the part that the elephant in the room. She claims that she overheard Diddy telling Jimmy Henchman, Pac don't leave that studio alive. She walked in and heard that little part. Um, that little information right there is important because Jimmy Henchman is the guy that supposedly was responsible for Tupac being shot 5 times at Quad Studios and robbed for his jewelry. Um, she, you know, she also says that Pac, when he was shot, the elevator came up to, the floor where Big and Puff was at, and they opened the door and just looked at him. They ain't called the police, they ain't called the ambulance, nothing like that. So this is the reason why Tupac felt like Diddy and Big, set this up. So um, that's where that's where we get that from. But I never knew that Pac and Puff, had this incident right here. It's the first time I ever heard of this. Um, do I believe it? Yeah, it could have happened. It sounds right up Diddy's alley, trying to be on some freaky shit, and it sounds just like Pac. Like, yo, I ain't with that. Matter of fact, why you disrespecting the lady? You know what I'm saying? That sound like Tupac. So, um, I would say that that sounds like a factual scenario that actually happened. Do I think she overheard Henchman and Puffy saying that the Henchman? That could be a possibility. Um, I don't really know. Um, but to me, it feels like Puff is capable of doing everything that he's being accused of, as far as the stuff with Tupac and everything they saying with these Diddy parties and the sexual abuse allegations. I'm just gonna be 100. But until next time, man, we're gonna cover chapter 7. Come on back to the channel, Hot Topic TV. Robbie Maurice signing out. Holla at your boy.